Hello and welcome to the France 24 interview. Our guest today is Ali El Saman, who is a well-known Egyptian commentator. He's also a longtime militant of interreligious dialogue, and he just wrote his memoirs that were published in France. It's called Egypt, From One Revolution to the Other One. He was also, I should add, a former advisor to the late Egyptian President Anwar el-Sadat. Welcome to the France 24 interview.
Thank you.
I want to begin with what's happening now in Egypt, very quickly unfolding situation. Again, the main square in Cairo, the Tahrir Square, has been rid by violence. Some people are wondering if the revolution that took place in January is being hijacked right now. What is your feeling?
The revolution is hijacked, that's sure.
Who is hijacking the revolution?
Hijacking, meaning the dear brother, Muslim Brotherhood, hijacked the revolution from the first beginners who started the first day to do it, these young people. And if they hijacked, because they are the organized force since since the 30s, that they are on the ground. But if you ask me if the army is encouraging, I can say to you, surely no.
Is encouraging what? Can you
encouraging that the Muslim Brotherhood take their place and to have the majority or to have a big part in the game. The problem now is that the revolutionary groups are very divided, and it was impossible to group them together to be a power in front of the competition of Muslim Brotherhood.
But can you just explain? Today it seems a lot of young people are demanding that the military, who are supposed to be a transitional power, go away from power immediately, and it doesn't seem the issue is the Muslim Brotherhood. Why do you think this is the real issue?
I want to say something which shall surely surprise you.
Please.
I don't agree at all about the idea that the army want the power and to continue at all. They want to continue with the plan which was decided since the first day. Parliamentary elections, the constitution, the election of the president, and to leave. But believe me, if you go to the silent majority, nobody wants that the army leave early, because you see, like in the picture, that the situation is far than to be calm, than to be stable. If you leave the situation as it is, meaning that the troublemakers shall have their place, they shall disturb more and more and more. So this army must stay until the election is done, situation is done, then he give the power to. If you ask me my personal point of view, and that is very important for me at least, that the army before leaving, if possible, that there is something in the constitution to say the army, like in Turkey, can protect in the future l'état laïque. You translate it in English.
The secular
yes.
state. But
meaning that if the Muslim Brotherhood come and take the majority, they must know in advance the rules of the game.
I understand, but the head of the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces, as this transitional military group is known, Marshal Tantawi, has announced a speeding up of the calendar, saying the presidential elections will be held by July 2002. We're going to have a civilian government. So it seems that the military is trying to respond from the pressure of the street. And let's not forget, over 38 people were killed.
I'm sorry, they never changed their mind. It was all time their thought. They never said the contrary, that we shall change the date of the elections. It shall be done in its date. It's not the pressure to reaffirm their intentions. And they say, if you want us to leave earlier, go to a referendum. Isn't it normal?
I understand, but why do you say the Muslim Brotherhood is behind all this? The Muslim Brotherhood wants elections for a parliament to be held, probably because they could win big. So why do you think they also have an interest in the transition happening smoothly?
The Muslim Brotherhood are now happy that they heard the confirmation that the elections shall happen in the dates which was fixed before. And they know that they are the coming victorious power. So now they changed their mind. They say we shall not go more to Place Tahrir. Done.
So you believe they're the winners?
Yes. Winner, when you say even in Egypt that you shall have 35 or 40, you are a winner because you shall be a power in the parliamentary vote. You can block even the vote if you want, and. But
are you afraid of that? Are you afraid of that? Of them having power?
Yes, because I am afraid for my friends and brothers, the Copt. I am afraid for the liberals. I am afraid for the women. All that normal to put questions. But you cannot play with the democratic vote, which the result of the vote is the result. We cannot change it. But at least that was my personal thought. I announced it 10 times at the television to say, please, the army, before leaving, to secure the country by 3 lines in the Constitution, that the army had the right in the future, after giving the power to the civil, to come on the ground to say no if the secular principle is touched, or the democracy, or the liberty.
But don't you fear that this is an open door to military coups in the future?
Absolutely not.
Because this is what happened in Turkey many times.
Yes, yes. The future of the country is important. That is the only guarantee to give to the Muslim Brotherhood to know, as I say to you, the rules of the game. You can have an important majority or an important figure, but you know that if you one day make an attack against the principle of the secular system, that there can be a danger. If also one day you can attack the principle of the democracy in general, the liberty that there can be. And the others whom I said to you, Copt, women, liberals, when they see this text in the new constitution, they shall feel comfortable.
Quickly, you've known Gamal Abdel Nasser, Anwar al-Sadat, of course, you were very close to him, but also Hosni Mubarak, who is now obviously in a difficult situation. He's in bad health. He is on trial. You always felt the need to be distant with Hosni Mubarak. And you mentioned in your very interesting book that you were always wary of the quote-unquote family lobby around him.
I was in good relation with him when he was vice president of the Republic. Once he was president, it was fully different. And effectively, it is real that one day, hearing every day that the son shall be the president, we are preparing the country to be a monarchic, as we say. If it is monarchic, the English, yes, but it shall not be. So I was anxious, and I asked my dear friend, and I know what I am saying, he was a dear friend, Omar Suleiman.
Was the head of intelligence services.
Yes, the head of the intelligence, who became later vice president of the Republic. I was asking him 2 questions. Why President Mubarak hadn't accepted the demand of all the wise people in Egypt during 4 years? Bring Omar Suleiman vice president of the Republic. He said to me, Ali, if you can be discreet, I can give you the reason. There is something in our system of life in Egypt which is called family establishment. He even said it in English. I don't know if it is to make it more clear or not. So that was a reality which played a big role since the first day of the revolution until the last day before letting the power. And because Gamal Mubarak, it appeared effectively that he was the real power behind his father because his health was suffering. So,
just quickly, the last question. Do you think Mubarak bears responsibility for many of Egypt's failings today?
yes, his responsibility on two levels. First, that he accepted to change the constitution to make his own election for the perpetuity, to be repeated. And the second, that he accepted that his son to be the real power in the country.
Okay, that's all we have time for. There's a lot of very interesting inside stories in your book about your relationship with Anwar Sadat, Gamal Abdel Nasser, even Jean-Paul Sartre. So please, if you're interested in history and in Egypt's contemporary history, read the book. Thank you for coming on the France 24 interview, and thank you all for watching it. Stay tuned for more news here on France 24.